Welcome to the Well-Worn Path. I am Pastor Mark. Let's take a walk together today with the Holy Spirit, with Jesus, and let's just see what might be going on today. So I mentioned in my last journey on down this well-worn path that my wife and I are, I have started a coaching endeavor. My wife is a licensed clinical mental health counselor. But we have both jumped into a coaching certification program. And it is on flourishing, about flourishing. Now, I'm not talking about flourishing from a good Scottish pipe and drum band where the drummers flourish. They spin their little drumstick thingies, whatever they call them. I am talking about flourishing in the sense of blooming and prospering and thriving, if you will. And so my wife and I have, and it's an online program. We're watching some videos. And anyway, I was fascinated with the introduction to this, that this is a professor, I believe he is at Duke University, and he is working with Harvard University, group, a little collaboration kind of thing. He might be at Harvard, I'm not sure. He's a pretty smart guy. And I cannot remember his name right now. It is slipping me. Anyway, I'll probably reference it at some point. But here's what I want us to, I think this is important. This, for you people that have to have data, and, I need proof, and what does the research show? I was very, very impressed with this, coming out of Harvard and Duke, that this professor, in his research of the last 20, 25 years, I'm going to give you the gist of it. I'm going to summarize it for you. That being the people of faith, particularly the Christian faith, and that was another aspect of the study that he found, is that the Christian faith seems, and comparing it to other faiths and the research, weekly attendance at church, being involved, being on this well-worn path, I'm going to summarize it, if you will. Those people tend to be happier people and see their lives as good. Every aspect of it. I mean, every aspect of their life they see, they experience as thriving, flourishing. They experience that they're living a good life. An abundant life from John 10:10, which is not about prosperity in the sense of financial prosperity. Prosperity has numerous ways of expressing itself. As in the book The Shack and the movie The Shack, talking about the main character, he was rich in all the ways that matter. Okay, so he was prospering. He was thriving. He was experiencing the abundant life. He had to go through some stuff to get there. And that often happens. But even in the midst of some things that go on that we do not necessarily find particularly pleasant, that Christians tend to have a better attitude of joy. Even in the midst of those things, they still know the joy of the Lord and the presence of God with them in their situation. And I just wanted to share that with you a little bit why are we on this journey? Why are we on this well-worn path? And I'm going to tell you, it's because God came to give us life and that more abundantly. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And on this little well-worn path we're on, by the way, the enemy is going to try and bring things in it that's going to say, get off this path. This is not the path to go. I got a better path. I got a shortcut. The enemy will always offer you a shortcut. Okay? And a shortcut is going to take you where you don't want to go. The journey is worth it. And the destination is the journey. Or the journey is the destination, rather. I'm sorry. The journey is the destination. Now, this is where we're supposed to be on this journey with God. And so I just want you to be encouraged today, people. And if someone says, I don't know what difference it makes. It does make a difference, and research has shown that. Research has shown that Christians tend to be healthier, happier people. Now, there was one thing that I think was kind of funny, and that is that Christians also tend to be a little heavier. We like our potlucks, don't we? We like our dinners. We like to go out to eat. Yes. I eat out a lot as a pastor, and that's because I tell people, well, I like to do ministry the way Jesus did, eating with people. Anyway, just a little short walk down here, and as we have a little chat on that, and there'll be more I'll probably tell you about this as we go on, but suffice it to say that following Jesus, being part of a faith community, I know they can be rough. I'm a pastor. It's like the pastor, the guy that woke up one morning and said, his wife says, "Come on, we got to go to church." "No, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't want to go." She goes, "Why not? Why do you want to go?" He goes, "Because people are mean to me there. They don't treat me well. They're always complaining, everything else." And she says, "Well, you got to go." He goes, "Why do I got to go?" And she says, "Because you're the pastor." Okay. We know that churches can be rough places. They're full of hurting people, but that's a good place for them to be. They're full of hypocrites. Yes, and there's room for one more, so come on and join us. Okay. We're there to get better. And we are there to experience the abundant life. And the abundant life, again, is not about wealth and getting rich financially. God may bless you that way, and if that's the case, then God love you. But it's to really experience a life of meaning that we feel and experience. Yeah, I'm living a good life right now. I'm rich in all the ways that matter. And to experience that and to know that, and I don't need the research from a Harvard professor or Duke University professor to tell me this. I know it from experience. But here's one of the beautiful things is I can actually say to someone, well, actually there is research out there that'll tell you that going to church, being on this well-worn path is how I'm going to put it, makes a difference in your life in a positive way. Not to say that it's all sunshine and roses. There'll be moments. Trust me, there'll be moments. But we know that when we're on this path, that Jesus is with us on the path. So I'm gonna leave it right there as we're on our little journey here. I just want to encourage you to stay on the path and be encouraged that even research tells you that you're doing the right thing. So keep doing the right thing and stay on that path. Get to church Sunday. Find a good Bible preaching, believing church that is going to encourage you to follow Jesus and isn't going to blow smoke and sunshine at you and tell you, "Oh, you're fine just the way you are." No, that's why I go to church, because I know I'm not fine the way I am. Jesus says, "Yeah, I love you the way you are, but I don't want you to stay there because you're a little messed up sometimes, Mark. Let's get you straightened out." So keep on that well-worn path, and we'll see you next time. I'm Pastor Mark. Grace and peace.